In today's lesson, I will explain the different types of angle pairs formed by two lines that are cut by a transversal. But before that, let me explain the differences among the parallel lines, intersecting lines, and coincident lines. When two lines are parallel, they do not intersect. So we describe a parallel lines as lines that do not have any point of intersection. When two lines are intersecting, they have one point of intersection. When the two lines are coincident, then they have infinite number of common points. Now let me also define parallel lines. So just like what I already said before, parallel lines are lines that do not intersect. We usually use directed arrows to indicate that the lines are parallel. So the same number of arrows in the figure or in the figures are used to indicate that the lines are parallel. So for example, in line AB, there is one directed arrow. In line CD, there's also one directed arrow. The symbol that we used in science in notation to show that the two lines are parallel is a pair of two short lines that are vertical. So given this figure as an example, we say that line AB is parallel to line CD. And this is the proper way of noting that the two lines are parallel. Now, when two lines are cut by a third line at two different points, then that line is a transversal. In the given figures, our T is the transversal, or let's say line T. In the second figure, we have line R and line S, and both are intersected by line T at two different points. So line T in the second figure is also a transversal. Now, when two lines are cut by a transversal, there are 8 angles that are formed. They can be considered as corresponding angles. So two angles are said to be corresponding angles when they have corresponding positions. That means the angles are on the same side of the transversal and they are also in the same position. For example, we have angle 1. Angle 1 is on the left side and on top and above your line R. And then we have angle 5, which is also on the left side and above your line S. So angle 1 and angle 5 are on the same side of the transversal T, and they are both above the lines. Therefore, they are corresponding angles. Angle 2 and angle 6 are both on the left side of the right side of the transversal T, and both are located above the lines. So they have on the same side of the transversal and also in the same position. Another pair of corresponding angles, we have angle 3 and angle 7. Again, because they are both on the left side of the transversal T and both are below the lines. And the last pair gives us angle 4 and angle 8. Both are on the right side of the transversal T and both are below the two lines. Another pair formed by transversal is called alternate interior angles. So the alternate interior angles lie between the two lines. They are on the opposite sides of the transversal and they are not adjacent, which means they have different positions. For example, we have angle 3 and angle 6. So both angles are between the two lines and then they are not adjacent. Next, we also have angle 4 and angle 5. They are on the alternate sides of the transversal. They are between the two lines and they are not adjacent. When we say alternate exterior angles, the two angles should be outside the two lines and they should be on the opposite sides of the transversal. And of course, the two angles should not be adjacent. For example, we have angle 1. Angle 1 is on the left side in the exterior. Angle 8 is on the other side of the transversal, and it is also in the exterior. So angle 1 and angle 8 are alternate exterior angles. Next, we consider angle 2. Angle 2 is in the exterior. It is on the right side of the transversal. Angle 7 is also in the exterior and on the opposite side of the transversal. Therefore, angle 2 and angle 7 are considered as alternate exterior angles. Next, we have the consecutive interior angles. So these are the two angles that are in the interior because they lie between the two lines, but they are on the same side of the transversal. So we have angle 3 and angle 5. You will notice that both angles are in the interior because they are between the two lines, but they are both on the left side of the transversal. So they are consecutive interior angles. Another pair consists of angle 4 and angle 6. They both lie between the two lines or in the interior, and they are both on the right side of the transversal. So let us consider the following as exercises. So we have two lines that are parallel, or we can assume that they are parallel, and a third line intersecting those two other lines. So this horizontal line is the transversal. So let us name the corresponding angles. So we define corresponding angles as the angles that are on the same side of the transversal and they have the same positions. So we have angle 1 and angle 3 as corresponding angles. Next, we have angle 2 and angle 4, angle 5 and angle 7 are also corresponding angles. And then we have angle 6 and angle 8. For the alternate interior angles, we define them as angles that are both in the interior or angles that lie between the two lines and they are on the opposite sides of the transversal but they are not adjacent. So angle 2 and angle 7 are alternate interior angles and angle 3 and angle 6 are also alternate exterior angles. Next, we have the alternate exterior angles. These are the angles that are located in the exterior, which means they are not between the two lines. They are on the opposite sides also of the transversal, and they are not adjacent. For example, we have angle 1 and angle 8. And then next, we have angle 5 and angle 4. When we say consecutive interior angles, they should be angles between the two lines and on the same side of the transversal. Examples are angle 2 and angle 3, and the other pair consists of angle 6 and angle 7. So those are the different types of angle pairs that are formed by two lines and a transversal.